Already feeling better.
So basically, I'm gonna be here. So welcome back to us at atCAMS, and today we have Chris Graw from McDaniel's Auto Group in Columbia, South Carolina. We got Mike, my camera guy here, but we are excited today to see one new item from Acura. Chris is gonna tell us what we have today.
This is the 2018 Acura TLX. This is a tech package. This is a 3.5 V6. It's got the same engine that it had last year, so the 290 horsepower engine in it. What they've added to this car is the Acura Launch package along with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
What?
Some of the major upgrades that they've done to it is the side skirt right here, just kind of a nice chrome accent onto it. It's got the same rim design that it had last year on here, but here, this is the amazing part right here. The whole front end of this vehicle is completely changed. I'm talking about the hood has got different accent lines in there, the diamond pentagon grille, along with the jewel dye LED lights. They've shrunk it up, and then they've also changed the turn signal on there to give it kind of a more unique design.
Whoa.
So this is the only one like it. It's all LED, and it's super, super bright. Awesome. So they added that to kind of change it all the way up, which is super nice. And then in the back, they brought the exposed tailpipes, just like they had with the TL. They got the same kind of design here, dual exhaust on there, and they've just really just enhanced the entire vehicle and the look in the back end of it. It's just a phenomenal car.
Absolutely. To take it, in my opinion, before the old body style kind of looked like a squished Civic.
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
It gives it its own personality, and I like what they did here because you get the little chrome accent again that follows up on the side skirts. It makes it look a little bit more luxurious, but yet a little sportier at the same time.
Exactly.
A little more grown up.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
I think that was the big thing for me is the TLX. It kind of struggled personality-wise, and I think it's really separated itself from its Honda lineage with what they've done with this restyle.
Absolutely. And that's what really just brings it up. Like I said, it's still luxurious, but it's still got that same sport with a real deep accent line all along the side of the vehicle like it had last year. But then they've just brought up the luxury feel on the inside. So as you can see, everything right here, it's got the sport stitching on the inside, sport stitching all over the seats. They've changed up the wood grain trim to make it look just way more luxurious.
Wow.
And this has the new Android Auto and
Apple CarPlay
too, doesn't it?
That's a step forward to the future.
Look
because
at the whole inside. They completely changed up the menu and the look of it just to make it more user-friendly. And by far, I've messed with it a little bit, and it is 10 times easier than it was last week.
That's awesome.
That's
So
the big thing. The system itself is so much more user-friendly that it's not even comparable to the old system.
Exactly. And along with the seating controls and everything, they just completely did an overhaul on the interior of the car.
So can you come walk us through and what's going on in here? Mike, can I go in the back? Okay, so let's get to see this up close and personal.
All right. So it's got kind of the exact same features right here with the brake hold, the electronic parking brake, and the dynamics mode.
Very good.
So able to change from the econ mode, normal mode, sports mode, and sports plus, which still gives it that same great feel that it had last year.
So this was the same from last year. Do we have the same buttons?
So this is the same as last year.
Okay.
But what you're gaining is, instead of saying IDS, it changes it to dynamic mode. It's still the exact same thing there.
Okay.
Still got the same storage in here and this spot for your phone, which is I just absolutely love. And then you can still close that right there. So it's a literal spot. You can put your phone and it's going to stay sitting in there. They changed up the design here. So instead of having to go to here to hit your menu button, they've just made it your one center button right there.
Okay.
And you're able to get into it. They've added the smartphone button. And as you can see here, it's got the whole different design for the radio stations and then also your climate control. So before you had to go into the climate control and then change the fan speed, but now it is literally, you can just touch that, which definitely helps taking your eyes off the road and changing it, which is a huge upgrade that it didn't have before. It still has all the same sources, just a different layout, makes it a little bit easier for the driver to kind of change through them and get into it. So it's still got, you know, the hard disk drive, 16 gigs strictly devoted to the music. Turn that fan speed down. Got USB interface, Bluetooth, and you still have Pandora, and then AHA internet radio is still on here as well. Just making it real nice and easy.
That's the big thing, I think, when you look at this car and you understand it's a mid-model refresh. It's not a new vehicle, but the things that they did to this, and just in terms of convenience for the driver. dynamic mode. That doesn't seem like it's a big change, but that means something to more drivers than just an Acura specific acronym that they had before.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Anybody can get in here and they're going to know what that is going to mean. With the controls, like you said, not having to go through layer after layer to get
Right.
to something that you're going to use on a regular basis. I think they've done a fabulous job with this. We've all been in a lot of cars and we've seen a lot of changes. A lot of times in those mid-year refreshes, it's more subtle in terms of the changes. You don't usually see the big changeover in the nav systems and pretty much the whole interface that you're using as a driver or passenger in this car. And for them to have done that in a mid-year refresh mid-model refresh is I think a good move on Acura's part. I think this car now competes with just about everything out there in terms of what they're offering and the quality and ease of access.
Exactly. The whole luxury car aspect of it has greatly been, the bar's been lifted with this car. Like I said, last year it didn't have the user friendliness to it. The seating controls fell short. The whole operating system fell short. It was very sporty. Like I said, it's that 290 horsepower, so it's very sporty. But now you have thigh extender on the seat, which is a big thing that they have going all the way into it. Like, this is the first car that's going to do that, and it's going to slowly carry into all the other vehicles.
That's awesome.
And that's something for those of you that have watched us in other reviews. That's something I've talked about. I've talked about the thigh comfort. For me, that plays a big role in things.
Yes, sir.
Coming from with German car experience, I got spoiled with that.
Yes,
and
yes,
every
we all
vehicle
got
I got
spoiled.
in after
I
that
get that
didn't
so
have
much.
that, I missed it. And to have that put into a vehicle at this price point with everything that they're offering, holy cow.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely
really awesome. And I will say this, the room in the back, I'm 6 foot tall, 230 pounds. I'm pretty comfortable right here. Chris is like pretty
This
stretched
would be
out
normal driving
right
position
there,
here,
normal drive, and right behind him, very comfortable. Headroom is a little bit compromising right here, but I normally don't sit all the way straight up, but kind of a little bit tight. But let me tell you, the interior is very superior than most of the cars on this lineup right here. I love the double colors here. What you can tell us about this? This is something new in the.
Yeah, they started this last year in the MDX.
Okay.
So it's just a sport stitching. Like I said, they started in the MDX. Now this comes in a different color. So if you got the gray interior, it would come with a white piping.
Okay.
Which just looks phenomenal. If you go with a black, then it's going to have a lighter, once again, that white piping. Now the red in the A-Spec package, you can get the red leather, the same leather that's in the NSX. It'll come with the same black piping, and it's just off the chain.
And it looks gorgeous. It's just the amount of detail in the car is crazy. And I noticed that this bolstering was not there last year, right?
That's absolutely correct. They've added more bolsters and more support all along the seat. Like I said, just the seat comfort and the luxury of it is just, the bar's been risen.
That's awesome. So now we can have the argument for a moment. This is not an upgraded Honda Accord. This is separating the Honda Accord straight from Acura. Now it's, people always argue, oh, you get the TLX, it's just a Honda Accord with a little bit more luxury items. This is not. This is in a whole different level.